Hi, this is Christian. Welcome to episode 7 of our application. This time we're going to do the post for our AJAX call. So let's go and see how this is done. Now, previously we already did the delete for both from here and also from the form here, right? So this time we click on the post. We're going to fill this information here with the book information. We click go and it should process the information, send that off to the server. And so let's do it right now. Okay, so let's go to the post section. Now, when we did the delete, we got that. Let me close that. Let me close this so we'll have some room here. I don't need to put yet. So this is the post. So when I show the post form, then I need to, what does it say? The post form right here. We have a form. It's called form put post. It's shared with both of them. And we have all these fields: book, title, author, and publisher, and year. And we have a button down here that says go, and then the type, either go post or go put, right? So for this one, it's going to be go post. So in our code up here, when we do a post, we're going to do something like this. I'm going to wait for this go dash post button to click. To be clicked. Once it's clicked, then we're going to do the following. Anonymous function here, callback function, and what we're going to do? Well, we need to get that data from the form. So what do we need? We need the ID and all those information, right? So we can have something like you can have each single variable, or you can build an object and then just pass it over. So you can say let book. It's going to be a single book. It's going to be an object, and the first one is going to be ID. ID field is coming from where? Well, it's coming from the what do we call it? Post book form, right? Yeah, post. Yeah, form put post ID, form put post title, and so on. So we're gonna put here form put post and then ID. That is the ID field, and we get the value. Okay, you see that ID here. I'm gonna do that. Duplicate this a couple times. Alt Shift down. I think 5 fields. Okay, so this is the title, and then author, and then publisher, year. Okay, I'm gonna copy this over here. I get all the information, and then once that's done, then I'm just gonna send it over to process the API, right? So process AJAX. Again, the first is the type. This is going to be a post. The ID, we don't need it, but I still need to pass it over because the third parameter is the data. So I'll leave that as an empty. And then the data will be just the book. Okay, so that is the process for the post. All right, so let's see if this works. Let's save this. And when we send that over to see the process, we process it, and we got the result back. Okay, so let's give it a try. So here we go. Make sure we have only 3 books. Go to the post, and let's put some book here. I put 1, 2, 3. Let's book here Java 101. Author will be Jill Green. Publisher will be Green Books, and 2022 or 2020. Go. Ooh, book added. Let's see. Oh, there it is, but something is not right. So the data is undefined, and but at least it did add the data to this record. It seems to be there. If you can go check the other one here, we just check on it. So you see that it's empty, right? It did not process the data, so something was not be sent over correctly, all right? So we can check to see that what the data is. Maybe the data was not being collected correctly. How do we know that? We don't know. We have to display it to the browser. So somewhere down here, when we process the data, when we get a book form, maybe I did it incorrectly. So right here, before we process the data, let's, do I have it incorrectly? Where is it at? Type ID data. Yeah, it was correct. Type ID data. Okay. So let's go ahead and just log this to the console. Okay, the book. Just make sure we have the correct information from our form. Otherwise, maybe everything is not rendered correctly. So let's go and try again. Do a post, and I was gonna hope I get the information before. Good. So I don't have to type. Awesome. Okay, so let's see the console. What do we get? I've got an object, and it is a book of Joe ID and so on. Yeah, it does work. Now, why did that not transferred over to the other side? I wonder why. Because it did not print. Yeah, I got a second book, but it's empty. And okay, my suspicion would be maybe we need to convert it first. Maybe I forgot to do that. So when I sent the data over, yeah, maybe that's why we forgot to stringify it. So over here, when we send the data over here, I need to change it to JSON string. Maybe that was it. So JSON.stringify. Stringify the data. Okay, let's save that and let's try one more time. Refresh it, post, put the same information, sent. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I forgot to stringify it. So we got the book. And if I do a get now, and there it is at the bottom. Oh, wait a minute. It was not, I did see in the console, but for some reason it was not registered. So something is wrong, and I wonder why. All right, let's see what's the trick here. We logged that out with, I'm wondering if I forget something up here again. Stringify, we did that. Oh, you know what? I think, yeah, I think, yeah, we can't send data over. Well, I mean, you can, you should, but yeah, I forgot to realize that when you do this, you're using XML HTTP request. When you send data over using the post and the put, because you're sending a payload over, you have to JSON stringify, which is correct. But when you do a delete or a get, you're not sending over data. Okay, so that's why the default will be an empty or null. But since you are sending data over, then this won't work. So I mean, you have to set the header. So that means you have to do something like this before I send that over. I need to do XHR, set the request header. We have to set that to the content type. Oops, what did I do here? Content, see if I remember this type, and then we have the application, we know to be JSON, right? Application JSON, and then we have to set, let's set the character set, the char set to be just UTF. UTF 8 is the typical default set. Not. Yeah, you need to set that for sending data over using post and put. But if you're sending to get and delete, then you don't need to do that, and you have to send here just blank data or null. Okay, so that means I have to do something here. Let's see. Let's try it this way. When I get the data up here, let's do one more thing. Let's process the data first. I'll say if the get, I mean if the type is a get or the type is a delete, Then data will be just empty or null. You can do that. Maybe we should put null here. It's just safer. I mean, you don't have to do this in jQuery. You'll learn that. You see that later. jQuery does it automatically for you. But for this one here is like you have to do them manually. Completely forgot about that. So let's see. We do that, and then else we do the other way around. So data will be that, and then this is the data will be. I'm just gonna copy this. We'll put it right here. So data is stringify that data, okay? And then we'll send the data here over. We'll see if this works. If it doesn't work, we'll move that inside the request here as well. But let's give it a try. Okay, let's save this. And oh, what happened? It has a lot of errors going on here. What happened? Oh, maybe here is the curly. Okay, so I'm sending null and JSON with a JSON data. Okay, let's try one more time. Let's go back. Make sure I get the data back. Okay, we're out of. Why is Alvin has an undefined publication? What's going on here? Let's see my data. Oh, and what happened to you? It's here. Oh, capital P. Tricky. Okay. I want to make sure L1 is correct. There we go. All right. So if I do a get, I'm able to do that because, right, now we send null data over. We don't have to send any payload. When I do a delete, I should be able to do that as well. Okay, so let's see if that works. Good. Now let's do the post again. Let's go back and put that book again. Hopefully it will take it this time. Okay, we see that the book has been posted. And did we get it? I think we did. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, there it is, right? 1, 2, 3. Let's try one more time. Let's clear everything here. Nothing. Good. I'm going to post the same book back. Before I do it, I'm going to check my thing. Okay, it's empty. Good. And then go. All right. And do a get. Perfect. All right. So here we go. Yeah, that was the tricky part. And it's just something you want to watch out for. When you do a get, you don't need to send data. Post input, you have to. But also you need to set the header to make sure you're sending an application type of JSON so that you will see JSON on the other side. Otherwise, you would change it to XML or text or HTML, and then you can receive the other side. Since we're sending JSON data, that's what we want. Okay, so that is for our post. Sorry it took a while to catch that, but learn as you go, right? It's common. You can see I struggle too. All right. All right. So, if you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you.